Hello everyone, my name is Rella Dinesh from CSITA section. In English, Tech Talk concept is listening comprehension. Concept of listening comprehension. Listening comprehension is the part of a communication skill such as the development of reading and writing comprehension. Listening comprehension is the multiple process of comprehension in the language when it is understood, interpreted, and spoken. This communication skills is connected to cognitive learning as it works with the development of memory, attention, vocabulary, grammar, and comprehension monitoring. Listening then it is interpretation of spoken language, and this includes the recognition of discourse of sounds, the understanding of the meaning of individual words or understanding of the syntax of the sentence that may arise in dialogue or discourse. The importance of recognizing context in listening means that the person can relate what they hear to real world in which they live as they can symbolically recognize concept with the language and links them together in order to understand what they hear and give it a meaningful meaning. Difference between listening and hearing. Hearing is physiological order, perceiving the sound and passive process. Listening to is interpretative order, interpreting sound and verbal and non-verbal actions, active process. Okay. When listening, gesture, posture, facial expression, silences among other the are connected in order to understand the message given by the speaker. The relationship between words and actions is what makes up language and how it is interpreted when there is an understanding of what is being heard. Listening then means not only hearing but also being able to interpret and analyze the information that is received, creating one's own analysis of this information and creating one's own concepts, opinions, and comments on what is heard. Okay, components for listening comprehension. There are several developmental components which are before listening, during listening, and after listening. First, we talk about before listening. This is a planning phase where it is a determined why one is going to listen, to whom one is going to listen, among other the questions. During listening, this is a execution phase. Actions that are carried out as we listen, such as formulating hypothesis, creating mental image, observing and supporting the speaker gesture and movements, analyzing and using cognitive skills in the process. After listening, this is a assessment phase. This phase is about determining whether what was heard was understood by making summarized, forming questions, etc. All of these forms are cognitive level of listening, including memory and listening skills. In the first step before listening, we must play. This is a planning phase where we must determine why what we are listening, for why we are listening. During in second phase, during listening, it is an executive phase. Action that are carried out here must be, we must create a image, imaginary image in our mind, and then we must follow the gesture, posture of movements, emotions of the speaker. After listening, this the third step is a assignment phase. In this phase, we must self-test. We must self-test ourselves what we heard, and we must summarize the whole topic or lecture on forming questions, etc. All of these forms a cognitive level. These three are the cognitive levels. Okay, listening comprehension skills, recognizing literal meaning, understanding vocabulary, making interference, identifying main idea, determining purpose, analyzing reasoning, and drawing conclusion, finding evidence. Okay, listening comprehension skills. The following listening comprehension skills are distinguished, recognizing literal meaning, questions about facts, details, or information, explicitity stated in audio story, understanding vocabulary, understanding meaning of word as they are used in context of audio story, making make interferences as they are listened to audio story, interpreting what is said by going beyond the literal meaning, identifying the main idea, questions, asking students to identify the central idea of gist of an idea story. Okay, determining purpose. Determining, we must determine the purpose of that audio story. Drawing conclusion by synthesizing information in an audio story. Analyzing reasoning, supporting claim in an audio story. Finding evidence, identify statements or details in the audio story that provides evidence to support claim and conclusion. The first four basic listening comprehension skills are assigned on all list-wise quizzes. The second set of four higher order skills are assigned on subset of quizzes. Okay. Listening comprehension with socio-culture interaction. The development of listening comprehension is directly linked to the language and how this helps to enhance the learning and significant understanding of our reality, that reality which is lived either professionally or personally. Listening help us to interpreted the speaker his speech, that what he want to achieve with that speech. These relationships goes from speaker, message and listener. The latter being listener has a one who despair the message with the language and learning tools he or she has. The development of listening has also been able to generate social skills as listening to other and not simply hearing sounds and linking these sounds are essential. With listening comprehension, friendships, relationships, and the professional collaboration can be generated for good teamwork, including in leadership that one wants to transmit in the field of their own work. This social interaction of a listening is often seen with the learning of a new language. Characteristic of a listening comprehension. In order to be able to have comprehension in the listening, it is necessary to have clear some characteristics that are to know the linguistic code, to be able to listen and understand better. The message always has a sequence of congruence in order to be able to relate sounds and words that bring them idea of thoughts. Auditory skills are needed for this, as a person has to store information to be able to give feedback for reflect on the message he or she is hearing. Okay. This involves some important elements: sounds, voice, intonation, rhythm, volume, among others. With this, the person will hinder the correct interpretation of the message and eliminate what is not useful or relevant. Here we can see the picture, the art of listening. Listening is one type of an art. Okay. Conclusion: listening comprehension can generate skills for retention, relationship, and understanding of a message. To be able to get a most important thing out, that be able to interpret them in the best possible way in order to develop knowledge. It is also important to emphasize that relevance of the listening comprehension is not only to able to channel and understand a message is the best way, but also to know how to listen can improve social skills. Listening attentively will help communications skills become social and enable better integration into a society. In listening comprehension, one can construct the meaning of message and be able to bring the message into a oral interaction. Be clear about why it is important to listen and what to object to, and achievement of listening action is for personal or professional reasons. Taking advantage of understanding of listening will make decision and reflection clear and more concurrent in daily life. This is the conclusion of listening comprehension. Thank you and have a nice day.